As we get set for yet another big clash, looking forward to this one. Heat number 7, round 2. C.Simmers, a world champ, a Bells champ, taking on Nadia Erostarbe as a replacement surfer last year in the first half of the year. But really, she's having her first full tilt run at the championship tour. But this one during the break, C.Simmers wasting no time in dropping a score here.
Wow, to make those sacrifices in pursuit of your dreams, really. Here we go, C.Simmers.
C.Simmers chasing the dream of a second Bells title here, hammering down the line. That wind is strong. She's just looking for her first opportunity to place a turn. Didn't look like there was a whole lot of face to work with. So a bit of a flyaway there. 13 minutes remaining here. Katie still hanging on to that lead.
And here we go outside, C.Simmers. So there was 2 waves in this set, the big layback hack, but just the one turn, creative.
Surf YouTube on May 1st, so don't miss it. Looking forward to that. But right now we're going to see Nadia Erostarbe rip into her first wave here, up against C.Simmers. And it's a clean, flowing ride for Nadia, representing Spain from Zerats, and she has strung together a nice sequence of turns. Her good friend Isabella Nichols watching on, taking notes. But Nadia is going to reply nicely against Katie's opening ride here, Rich.
Yeah, no, that was a good series of manoeuvres there, and Nadia Erostarbe looked settled, looked confident, and she'd waited about 25.
You know, is there a chill factor to this wind, or is it a warm one?
There's a little chill. Here goes Katie.
All right, C.Simmers. She is looking to extend her lead here, trying to get rid of a 3.33. Nice combo on the outside. Not a whole lot of room to move, but does well with that. World title glory and a couple of 4th place finishes to go with it. But this is the replay of Katie's last ride.
A zippy little snap. Here we go.
Crucial ride here for Nadia Erostarbe. Needs to convert. Only 2.5 minutes remaining. First turn strong. Belts it again. Climbing up over the roof. A great combination. It's all she's going to get out of that ride, but she doesn't need a monster score. 5.77 is what she's after. The comparisons will be made to C.Simmers' opening ride. So even though this is a bigger wave, it's going to be really interesting to see where the judges go with it, Rich.
Nice clean snap to start off, and the second, so 2 beautiful snaps, and then the third little closeout. Everything was...
So this one is about to come to a close, and with priority, Katie's got to be careful here. Well, she does get that wave before the hooter, and now she's hammering down the line, a clean canvas to work with, and goes to town. Big layback jam to get started, climbs the roof, and this is on its way to improving her heat score total, but with a fall, unlikely it'll go there. But Katie looking very switched on. Increased gusting wind there. It kind of kept that heat very level, but Katie's held on for the finish.
Katie.
Hi.
How you going?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Last time we spoke was at the WSL finals. That was a long time ago. And in the time off, we know that you sort of like really took the opportunity to just go out and do other things and sort of disconnect a little bit from the surfing life that you've been experiencing for the past 4 years. But what was it like to get the Rashi back on and connect with that winning feeling again?
Yeah, it was definitely the longest time I've been off of competitive surfing for probably since I was like 13 or 14, which is pretty wild. So I guess it was really nice to like see what life was like if I'm not doing like a contest every other week. But and like I don't know, I definitely was really excited to kind of surf another heat, and then I don't know, it kind of went super slow after my first wave, and then I kind of was like had to get used to like just being in my head for, I think that was like the weirdest part, is just like sitting with my thoughts for like 20 minutes or something and being like, what do I even think about? Like, what did I think about last year in my heats? Like when there's nothing going on, like that's kind of the hardest part of surfing heat, I feel like sometimes, if you have a heat like that. So I don't know, I was just trying to think about, I was definitely going pretty quick, thinking about a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what they call heat rust sometimes, where, you know, you can't quite remember what that feeling of competing is like, but obviously winning feels great. You're so good at it. what did it feel like to sort of come in after, you know, Nadia put up a pretty strong fight?
I think, I mean, it felt nice after I got like a first wave, and it's nice to just have, like, getting that first wave. It was kind of like a pretty average wave for the heat before. Kind of had like really perfect little set waves, and so I think I was like, just don't be tricked by that heat, because of my free surf, I like actually didn't stand up on a wave like properly. So I was like, I kind of just wanted to like surf a wave, and so that's why I went on that wave. And then I'm glad I went on it, because then it ended up being my best wave of the heat. But sometimes the oceans just doesn't really, I don't know, give you some set waves, and you kind of just have to like surf some small waves, and I like small waves, so that's good for me, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of the field can relate to that. Yesterday was a really tricky day to try and find the sets and get in rhythm with the ocean, but just watching you on the waves was really joyful. Like, you know, there's moments where you aren't rushing your surfing, you're just sort of highlining. I actually heard you and Tommy talking about it, where it's like, man, that little highline was like J-Bay. And you find moments of joy, which we know you love surfing, but being able to find that in a heat, like, that's kind of unlocking the magic of winning in the right way.
Yeah, I think I do just like surfing, and that's kind of what keeps me here. So kind of just try to keep doing that, even if I'm in a heat, I guess. And yeah, I think, yeah, it's just nice to go surfing, and that's just what I love to do, so.
Yeah, we love it when you do it too. Just finally, the boards, we noticed a sharp eye there. We know that you're still getting boards and surfing with Chris a lot, but what was the sort of intention behind that?
I think it's just being like a surfer and wanting to, I see it as like when you're surfing, you're kind of like creating moments, and sometimes if you like ride the same thing for a long time, you kind of get stuck in the same motions, and just wanting like new feels out of my surfing and just seeing how that goes. But yeah, I mean, Chris still makes like the best boards in the world, you know, and it's just like trying a new feel, and that's kind of, it's been really good. Like just kind of just like slight different movements when you're going on a wave, and sometimes it's nice to have something new, I feel like, and that's kind of what the idea is. And
that's real cool. Nice to chat.
But yeah, thank you, Sharp. Or I thought I had my board right here, because it's not here.
It's not there. The wind was going to blow it into
there.
the
But yeah, it was working really good. It was really quick and nice. So yeah, thank you. Thanks, Sharp Eye.
Good on you, Katie. Congratulations.
Thank you.